Welcome back to Ivy's Air and Water Tarot. We're going to do a general love reading for Leo. Happy birthday, Leo. It is Leo season. This is going to be a general love reading for the collective of Leo. If it resonates, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know that it resonates or what you're going through. Feel free to leave a comment. I do respond to comments. And if it doesn't resonate, take what does and leave the rest behind for someone else. Also, if you enjoy the channel, please subscribe, become part of the tarot family. Like I said, this is a general love reading. Please, Holy Spirit, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, you are welcome. You never know, you might want to leave a comment below. You might connect with someone that you're watching for. All right, this is for Leo, Holy Spirit. We'll get a couple of the Halloween Oracle. We're getting close to fall. I'm getting excited about Halloween and the fall, autumn season. Let me get a couple of cards for Leo. Sorry if you heard something drop in the background. All right, let's get a couple of cards for Leo. And we'll try to keep this at 20 minutes. I know the longer readings are pretty hard for everybody. We've got the Owl. We also have the Trick or Treat, Mischief, and Play. Let's get one more. And then when school starts back, my readings will start coming out in the mornings. So hit that notification bell if you're subscribed. That way you know when the readings are coming out. Bottom of this deck is the Underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So this is transformation. I think things are going to pause and begin again in a new way. So you're heading in a new direction, Leo. It is your season. We have the Owl, wise seeing, wise action. So I feel like you're using your intuition here with the wise seeing, and you're taking action upon the things that you want, action towards your success. We have Trick or Treat, Mischief, and Play. So I feel like some of you are feeling playful, getting back to your inner child during your birthday season, excited to be mischievous and flirt and play with new connections, new people at this time. So I feel like you're heading into your birthday season with a lot of fun. We have the Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. So I feel like you're demanding respect. And you're accepting others as they are and accepting yourself as you are, and equality. You're equally giving and taking. So I feel like you've got equal strategy in your relationship. Acceptance, you're demanding respect. Let's get a couple of fairy cards for Leo, please, Spirit. Current energy for my Leos for the month of August, their birthday season. Get Leo's energy, please, Spirit. Sorry about that music, guys. We're going to pause it just for a second. Okay, we're back. Let's get a couple of cards for Leo. And to stop that music. All right. This is for Leo. We've got 3 cards right out the bat. All right, Two of Autumn. It says bringing fun into everything you do. I feel like that's this playful and mischievous. Okay, we have juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. So a lot of you are multitasking during your birthday season. King of Winter, you're knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, unemotional. So I feel like your emotions are in check, but you may be closed off a little bit during your birthday season, but you're fair-minded, you're experienced. A lot of you have gained a lot of experience in your time. It says get advice from someone professional and objective public speaking and unemotional relationships. So you might be closed off to any new love right now, Leo. So get advice from someone, okay? And some of you might be public speakers. Okay, we have the Hermit. So some of you are taking time out for yourself during your birthday season. It says find or be a mentor. Like I said, some of you are public speakers. You're helping people in your community. Take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. Some of you are healing and taking time out to be on your spiritual path. And release. It says let go of the past. So there's something you need to let go of, closing out a cycle, Leo. An ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on from something. All right, let's get into your tarot. I'll put my little monkeys right here. We're going to start with the Beetlejuice deck, and then we'll clarify with the Egyptian deck. This is for Leo, Holy Spirit, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I've only gotten to use Beetlejuice once, so I wanted to break Beetlejuice back out. Whoop, they're slicky. Brand new cards still, because I've only used them, like I said, once. All right, let's get Leo, please, Holy Spirit. This for Leo. I'm trying to go fast so we don't end up with a 40-minute reading. That way you guys like it better. One more and we'll cut it. All right, let's get the current energy for the recent past for my Leos. All right, we have the Ace of Cups. So there could have been a brand new offer of love. Cancer, Scorpio, Piscean energy in the recent past. Let's get one more. All right. We have, I flipped it around. I don't think it came out reverse there. We have the Ten of Wands. So it felt like a burden. It felt like a burden, this offer of new love. You may not have wanted to entertain this new offer. Let's get another card for the recent past for Leo. Whoop. Too many. Get a card for the recent past for Leo. We're going to turn them this way. I can handle these a little better. And one more card for Leo, please, Holy Spirit. This is for Leo. Show me the cards I need to see for Leo. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So definitely somebody came in with an offer of stability and a brand new offer in love. All right, let's get the current energies for Leo. Okay, a couple of current cards for Leo. All right, we have the Chariot. So I feel like some of you may have moved or are moving to a new location. All right, we have the Nine of Wands. So you feel wounded. I feel like some of you have had a hard time recently trying to see your way out of a situation. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so moving forward, trying to see your way out of a situation, you're the wounded warrior. You may have been heartbroken in the past. Queen of Pentacles, working on your financial stability, taking care of yourself. Then we have the Emperor, could be dealing with an Aries, or you have Aries in your chart, or you're coming out as the Emperor, being you're a fire sign, Leo. We have the Eight of Wands. There's communication in your future with someone here. Somebody wants to communicate. Let's get one more card, and then we'll put the bottom of the deck over to the side and clarify. Sometimes I do different types of readings. Okay, what a whole story there. All right, too many cards at once. Oh, way too many. I would even show them to you, but that's too many to even try to get out there. All right, one more card for the future for Leo. Please, Holy Spirit. All right, take this one. We have the Five of Swords, so conflict. That somebody's writing a letter here. Like I said, somebody wants to communicate. Somebody feels alone. Bottom of the deck is the Moon card and the Judgment. All right. So let's get clarification and see if we can break it down. This is for Leo, Holy Spirit. Eight of Wands, again, somebody wants to communicate with you, Leo. There's communication here. All right. This is for Leo. All right, one more, and we're going to cut it. All right. Let's get more on the Ace of Cups, please, Spirit. All right, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarian energy. And I feel like this could be you, Leo. You could have wanted to bring in a new offer to someone. Now it feels like a burden. Let's get more information on the Ten of Wands. More information on the Ten of Wands. All right, we have the Five of Swords. We have the Five of Swords down here. So definitely conflict. This person may have not entertained your offer. You feel rejected. Queen of Swords could have been a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There could have been some harsh words said here. Okay, now that's why it feels like a burden. So now we have the Ace of Pentacles. Let's get information on the Ace of Pentacles, please, Spirit. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. All right, let's break it down. Page of Wands, I feel like you came in with an offer here. This is Leo energy. You came in with an offer of love. You were feeling like you were feeling very loving to someone. You wanted to bring in an offer and speak to someone about a relationship, and then it felt like a burden with the Ten of Wands because this person was a conflict. They were confrontational with you. They did not want to accept your offer. I feel like you were rejected. Queen of Swords could have been by a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they had sharp things to say. They may have even cut you off here, Leo, but we're going to find out. They said some harsh words to you. And with that Ace of Pentacles, you wanted the Ten of Cups with this person. You wanted a good, happy home relationship. You wanted, a good, loving, stable relationship with this person. And now you're in your head about it. You feel trapped because this person rejected your offer. You feel trapped, and now you feel like it's a burden here. So you weren't able to give this person stability. Let's get information on the Chariot, please, Holy Spirit. So someone has rejected my Leos here, and now Leo feels trapped in a situation. All right, let's get more information on the Chariot. Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So again, ooh, they were stuck together. They're a little sticky. Make sure there's no other ones stuck. Okay, feel like there's still 2 cards stuck together. Sorry about that, Leo. Give me just a second. There we go. All right, 10 of Pentacles. So there was a stable relationship once upon a time with this person. You may have been with this person before. 6 of Cups, someone from your past. And the Hierophant, you may have been in a commitment with this person. And now you're moving away from that commitment because you feel trapped in this situation. You feel like they rejected you. Now you're feeling all up in your head here. You don't have the stable commitment that you wanted. Okay, let's get some more information. 4 of Wands for the 9 of Wands. You feel like the wounded warrior in this situation. So you were definitely in a commitment here with someone. Could have been a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And now they have cut you off. They've rejected your offer. If you came back recently from the past to give them an offer, they rejected it. And so now the commitment is I feel like there's been an ending here in this commitment. And with the Chariot, you're moving forward, feeling trapped. Okay, feeling wounded with the 9 of Wands. And now you're bored. You're not accepting any other offers because I feel like you feel trapped by this situation. You're healing from it. You have been heartbroken here. Queen of Pentacles, you're just working on your financial stability. You're not really interested in love because I think you're still stuck on this person from the past. All right, let's get the Emperor. Let's get the Emperor. Could be dealing with an Aries, or you have Aries in your chart. Let's get the Emperor, please, Spirit. We have the Devil. Okay, so very toxic. This situation was toxic. Knight of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarian energy. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So the Emperor here with the Devil, very toxic situation. I feel like someone was controlling here. Knight of Wands, very flighty, very childish in this situation, very hot and cold energy. Knight of Cups, emotionally closed off is what I feel with the Knight of Cups. So this is very toxic. A very controlling person who stays emotionally closed off, who is hot and cold. And that's in the future. So be careful of that energy, Leo. And we have the 8 of Wands. Somebody wants to communicate. 9 of Pentacles. Someone is single here. The Empress. They could also be pregnant here. Someone could be pregnant in this situation, Leo. Okay, but someone here wants to communicate in the future. They could be single, but they could also be pregnant, or you could have a child with this person, so somebody could become pregnant here. I don't know if this is a new offer. Tell me if this is someone new. We have the Hermit here. I feel like that's my Leos with that Hermit card up here. Okay, so you're trying to find your own spiritual path. You're healing at this time, taking time out for yourself. Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about the Empress, please, Spirit. Who is the Empress? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. It could be this person from the past with the Empress here. This could be someone from the past in this commitment that you were already in that feels like a burden to you. Okay, let's get some more on the Ten of Wands, please, Holy Spirit. All right. I'm going to show them to you, but I'm not going to take all these. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So somebody planting seeds here. There was a tower moment. The tower has fallen. The Fool, they want to take a risk again. Justice, okay, balancing the scales. You have unfinished business with this person. Let's get more information on the Ten of Wands, please, Spirit. All right, we have the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords up there. So Knight of Swords coming in fast with swift communication. This is under the Eight of Wands. Three of Wands, someone trying to wait on their ships to come in, or they are changing direction here, making a decision. Okay, they could be waiting on you to communicate, or they could be choosing to communicate. So let's get some more information on the Three of Wands, please, Spirit. Three of Wands for Leo. Why is the Three of Wands here, please, Spirit? Okay, we have victory. Six of Wands. Somebody wants a victory in communication. So they definitely want to settle this or make peace with you in this situation. Let's get some more on the Five of Swords, please, Spirit. Like I said, someone feels alone. They're writing a message here, but there was confrontation. Okay, let's get the Five of Swords for Leo, please, Spirit. Definitely feel like this was a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius you were dealing with. Again, we have the Eight of Wands, communication. Someone writing a letter here, they feel alone. There's been conflict in the past. They want to make something right. They want victory in communicating with you. They want to make something right. There's unfinished business with the Justice card. Let's get some more information on the Moon. Okay, the Moon, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse is how it came out. So somebody is no longer guarded. They're not locking it down. They're not heavily guarded. Okay, and then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So they're not heavily guarded, and that's why the Moon is here. This is definitely someone from your past, and things are hidden. They're if this person, if you think that this person is stable, they are definitely not, with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles, they are putting their guard down, maybe fake it till they make it, because this person is not stable. We have the Judgment, so be careful of that in the future. Eight of Pentacles, they are working on themselves. They're working on themselves, Leo, but they're not quite stable. So Eight of Pentacles, Judgment. They may feel judged by you because of what they have done in the past. And the World card. They want a brand new cycle here. They want to communicate, make things right. They feel like there's unfinished business here in this situation. Let's get some more information on the Judgment. More information on the Judgment card, please, Spirit, for Leo. Give me one more card for the Judgment. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles. It's because they feel left out in the cold. They finally see, or regretting. They finally see what they've done in the situation to make the situation the way it is. And they're regretting the choices that they made with the Three of Wands, now waiting to communicate. They want a victory in communication. They want to make things right with you because there's unfinished business. Ace of Wands. They want a fresh start. They want a fresh start here, Leo. Let's get one more card for how this person's intentions will be. What is this person's intentions with my Leo? All right, we have the Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Piscean energy. They want to apologize with that fish in the cup. They want to apologize to my Leo. That's their intentions. Their intentions is to give you an apology. Bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot again. You could be dealing with a Cancerian, but this is movement. They're moving towards you, wanting to give you an apology. They want a fresh start with the Ace of Wands and the World card because they feel left out in the cold, Leo. Okay, let's get one more card for the outcome here. All right, let's get one more card for the outcome for Leo. And then we're going to close it out. One more card for Leo. What is the advice for Leo? What is Leo's advice here, Holy Spirit? All right. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. So communicate with this person if you feel like you're able to maybe accept this apology from this person. And then we have strength. It may take strength to accept an apology from this person. I feel like they've done you dirty here. And you feel trapped. Eight of Swords. And with the Chariot card in your favor, you were trying to move forward. So Ace of Swords. Definitely some communication here. So if you want to accept this apology, could be from a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it's going to take strength to accept this apology. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. This person may be single now, or you are single, Leo. So your advice is to communicate. It's your decision, but your advice is to communicate to and accept this apology, that it will take strength to do so. But it's up to you. It is your decision. But I'm telling you that this will take time. This situation is going to take time with the Nine of Pentacles. This person definitely is single, or you are single and you are doing fine on your own. So there's many obstacles in the way, and this will take time and strength to balance out this situation. All right, let's get one tea leaf here. One tea leaf, and we're going to close it out at 27. That's a lot better than 40 minutes. So I hope you like a shorter reading. All right, and we have one. It is the rainbow. So the most difficult part of the situation is over. So I feel like the most difficult part of this situation is already over, but there will be obstacles to overcome. It will take some time. We have teardrops, great personal sorrow. I feel like you are very sorrowful about the situation. You may feel a loss here. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Eight of Swords, you feel trapped by this situation, Leo. And then we have the Eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.